Welcome, my friends, to the Hawaii airport in Test Travel Limited 2. And with that being said, of course, that means you're going to head over to Ibiza to talk about Ibiza coming back in Test Travel Limited Solar Crown. I mean, by the way, is there even any, well, there's an Ibiza flight, no Hong Kong flight here, unfortunately, though. So, no predictions. We have Paris there, though, at least, so pretty interesting. But anyways, let's head over, buy our ticket, and head over to Ibiza. So here we are, landing in Ibiza. I cannot wait to see this in Solar Crown because it is massively different. So we're gonna revisit Ibiza and Evissa, the whole thing right now. First, I'll zoom out and I'll show you guys where the map actually is. Now, until you see the map to it, it is so much less detailed. But anyways, if I could like zoom in and like hide everything on the map, that would be very nice, but I don't think I can. So I'll do a quick little pop-up on the screen for you guys to overlay the map versus TU2, and I'll have to zoom in. But as you can see, there is a massive change in the actual detail of Ibiza, and well, that's mainly because they've made this from scratch. They unfortunately are not able to reuse any of the TU2 assets or topography from Oahu or Ibiza. So if we did see a return, remember, it's 100% from scratch, which basically means it's not going to be as quick as if they could use the assets again. But anyway, let's start off in some key areas, and mainly I think there was a video of a vehicle, I think it was the Porsche, driving through the old city at night. So here we are in basically one of the city areas in Ibiza. Let's look back for me, this one. So already you can tell the actual level of detail is a lot different. I think we could go up this way. Yeah. So revisiting areas like this are beautiful. I do wonder if we're gonna get like some repeat race routes just so we can do some real comparisons. Because I think if I open the map, what do we have here race wise? So we had old cars in Old Town. We need to see a repeat of this race route. We had like some basic races here, Faster, and Infamous Roundabout. It would be nice obviously to see more than just those 3 races in the area. I assume there will be more, but yeah, let's see if we can find any other areas that they drove around. There was an area right here actually. If we go here, I'll show you guys really quick. Okay, so basically on the right hand side here is where we would see the actual social space, or I'll just accept this really quick, the social space or the car dealer concept for what we've seen in the recent post launch trailer. I'll cover that in a bit, but we'll continue our drive. And I've had the absolute privilege and honor to be able to try TDC's Ibiza early when I went to France a couple of weeks ago or months ago. I forgot when it was, but honestly, when I mean it is so much more accurate than what TD2 has done, it is a lot more accurate. For example, driving around this strip on the boulevard, you can see a lot of these houses on the side. But if you go to Ibiza in real life, you know that's nothing like that. There are a ton of resorts along this side of this strip, and you won't see that in TDSC. The actual I guess you'd call that harbor is a lot more impressive. You turn right here and I'll show you guys some more information. So if I go down here, this is where you actually see a cruise ship terminal, but instead we have the casino and you have this little dead end. They even proved that because remember, hidden off-road routes I assume would also make it to Ibiza. But there's so much more. Let's hop onto Google Earth and talk about it. As usual, here I am in Google Earth, a place that I remember very well. Anyways, here is Ibiza, and this is the area that we will be getting. So already you can see a ton of differences. This is where the casino area would be, just around about here. But all of this extra area is not present in Test Travel Limited 2. You go down here, and as I was saying, all resorts around this strip are not present. You realize now that, unfortunately, as much as I can praise TD2's Ibiza, it fell short, unfortunately, in some areas. But that's what I like to see about Solar Crown. Albeit, again, it doesn't have all the features in at launch, but granted, with the feedback from the community, I think it'll do pretty well. And the funny thing is, now going to this area here, I'm pretty sure they turned this place here actually into where the headquarters or car dealer is. But you move along here, you have this area of Ibiza, you have the Old Town area as well. The church, I think, is somewhere here as well. Oh guys, it is going to be so much fun taking a look at this, because if one thing is certain, KT have one of the best level design team in the open world racing game scene right now. But I'll compare the map for you guys on Google Earth really quick. If I just find like a good base, you can see this. Now, if you try to compare the area as well, now basically you're looking at roughly a 10.26 kilometer squared area of Ibiza. Now, from the grand scheme of things, I know that looks small, but you have to remember it's kind of unfair to look at Ibiza like that, because then you have areas like this where, you know, there's not really much to do. Don't get me wrong, if we got the whole Ibiza, would be amazing, but I wouldn't downplay the size of this yet. And that's coming from someone who once thought Tenerife was a easy possibility for Kiloton on their first open world racing game. But looks like you'll have access to areas around here as well. You'll also have access to the outside of the highway. I mean, there's this tunnel here. I don't think we'd be able to access it because it ends right at where the cutoff roughly would be. But I think this just says that Kiloton, if you ever have the opportunity, the fans are probably gonna beg for the whole island of Ibiza at some point. I don't know, but anyways, you have the whole highway going across the stretch that we'll have access to, so we can still get some top speed runs. We have the dual, I could only imagine the drifts you can pull off in this double roundabout as well. And again, houses, I'm sure there's plenty of areas you can find them around in. I can imagine you put a house on top of here or something like that, I don't know. But anyways, in fact, another little fun fact, this cruise ship that you see right here on Google Earth is actually in TDOC's Ibiza. Very nice to see that. And there's so many more secrets as well, but let's take a look at what the map actually looks like. So here, my friends, is the actual map of Ibiza we're going to get. And there's actually a lot of details you can take away from here. Starting off with this. This looks to be a dirt track around the area. Now, in real life, this is just kind of a bland area, so they decided to make a racetrack here. And when I mean they made a racetrack, they made a racetrack. It also kind of reminds me of, you guys remember WRC Generations, if you ever played it? Kiloton have an actual roots where I think it's Kalani. It's based in Africa, one of the WRC races. And more specifically, I'll put it up on the screen because I know I made a video of it. But this, it reminds you of something like this, a playground, but larger and more fun for what TDUSE is. And I think a lot of you guys would enjoy this racetrack when you see the game come out in, well, not the game, when you see the island release in December. So again, you also have areas around here that come across, again, as I told you, you have the outskirt highway. Just to see how accurate it is, that double portion here, the double roundabout, is not present in TD2, but it's present in real life. The docks area here is present. Again, the old town is much more improved. You have the outskirt area here as well. And again, there's going to be a lot of races. There's going to be the Streets and Sharps place. There's going to be the new car dealer and so much more. But anyways, let's take a look at all the sneak peeks they gave us of Ibiza in the recent post-launch trailer. All right, here we are back with the post-launch content trailer. Guillaume, take it away, my friend.
Return to Ibiza.
Yes. So very first takeaway from this work in progress, still in development build, there's a lot to discuss. Well, first things first, we could see obviously Old Town Ibiza, and taking a look at TD2 again really quick. Trying to use the very outdated camera in Test Drive Limited 2. I'm actually surprised I can zoom out this far and it's actually working, but there's the little bug. Let's try this again. It's very hard to use the camera, to be honest with you guys. I've been spending a lot of time trying to get a similar picture. I could use Cam Hack, which is like a little mod for Test Drive Unlimited 2, which just gives you like freedom and everything, but is it is. I think you guys get the point of the differences between the two islands from TDOC and obviously TDU2. We'll continue on though.
This return to Ibiza is a nod to our fans.
This is the next thing that we need to take a look at. Again, work in progress, but it looks like we have a Streets and a Sharps area. You can tell by the purple dance floor and the same green floor theme for the Sharps headquarters. But this looks to be like a meeting place for us. Now, because I've seen it in person and there's some things that are missing from this, because I guess it's not being loaded in from the interior view, it's being loaded from the exterior view. I don't want to spoil some things, especially if you can't see it. That's kind of cheating per se. But this is a pretty massive meeting space, considering the fact that you have Streets and Sharps in one area. I can already tell the rivalries are going to be crazy. But we'll continue on here though.
Familiar place. It's an area that has been faithfully reproduced to scale, focusing on Evissa and its surroundings.
So as you said, it's literally being recreated at a 1-to-1 scale. That 1-to-1 scale thing is not going anywhere. It's, in fact, again, more accurate than TDU2.
You might meet up with a character responsible for organizing the competition between street and shop.
So, also a little fun fact, he brings up you might meet a character that will introduce us to the whole streets and sharps thing. No idea who the... No. Let's just continue.
In this competition, you will be able to progress faster within the clans.
So here we get another little sneak peek at what is going to happen on Ibiza, a car dealer, which Guillaume mentioned in my recent interview as well. Now we're going to see some new vehicles appear to us in this update as well. Very interested to see what it looks like. And already this car dealer, you can see as well, you're kind of noticing something, but the actual style of architecture is different from what Hong Kong Island represents. And that's kind of also tied into the game's lore, and you'll find it out when the time comes. But I do like the architecture. It's definitely, again, it's different from Hong Kong Island. It's a total contrast between the two, and I'm very happy to see stuff like that. But let's continue on with the video.
20 new levels being
Again, you can see the lighting here as well. The car dealership is right here on my mouse where you guys can see. And this is also, looks like a better version. And if I zoom in, I still can't technically see the interior, so I'm not gonna spoil too much because that's cheating. But let's continue on with the sneak peeks.
Locked, taking the total from 50 to 70 levels. Of course, this will come with exclusive new rewards, including new clothing stores specialized for street and shop, with their own items.
I do kind of hope, and also perfect, I get to spoil it now, but well, not really spoil per se, but I do hope that the clothing stores they create are enterable for streets and sharps. Kiloton, this is your one time to show us that, you know, you listen to us. You know, I don't mind, bro. Just give us a small store to walk around in. It goes a long way with immersion. People want to see stuff like that in a TDSC game. It doesn't need to be over the top. Just a small walkable space. That's all we're asking for. You know, I don't mind. Make it the clan themed as well. I have faith. You guys can make this a banger and prove all the haters wrong. I've been here. I've been in the run for 4 years, bro. I'm 4 years deep, guys. At this point, I don't really have a choice. No, but seriously, man, I do have high hopes for Solo Crown. But let's take a look at this, because this is now an interior view of the whole headquarter area. So again, you got the streets and these sharps, and you also have what looks to be some sitting areas. I do hope we can sit around. It would be a nice immersion thing. But there's a Mustang there in the corner, and you can see these nameplates. And what looks to be, if we count it, we have 8 vehicle slots on the sharp side. Now, obviously, because it's doubled, that means we have 8 slots on the other side. So when you put 2 and 2 together, that means that this can be filled with up to 16 players. I assume it's going to place you in the correct clan that you're in. But I think we now have 16-player beat-ups inside this area where we can show off our cars and also just talk shit the whole time. I'm very excited to what the streets can do. Well, the sharps, if, you know, they added swimmable pools in their headquarters. Like I said in the last video, I don't mind switching for a pool, man. I don't mind. Let's continue on to see what other stickers they have. This is a screen here, which I assume the screen will be showing stuff, or maybe the point system like it was in TD Connect at some point. But let's continue on. We have a little area here. I wish I could tell you guys where it is specifically to compare it to TDU2, but maybe I'll be able to figure out at some point.
Also, what's
at this early stage is hard.
Is that this competition takes place in a real-world environment that we recognize. For example, Hong Kong Island, which makes you feel like you're traveling in the first season by recognizing real places.
Yeah, so this gameplay portion, which we can see there in the Old Town area, doesn't look anything like TD2. Let's see if I can find it now in TD2 actually. So fun fact, I don't even think it's accurate enough to have something like that where the road kind of splits into 2 and one goes up. Not really like what we see there. And also while I'm here, I'm noticing something crazy. This isn't really even accurate. I mean, to be fair, it is an empty space per se, but I just wasn't really expecting it to be that vastly different between the two. And if you go to the actual map, you can see that they also did faithfully recreate it. I'm not sure what's in this area here, but odds are, again, it's more detailed and more true to life compared to TDU2 as well. Now, if you look for that same like road slot, I'm sure it's somewhere here in the area. It could be probably one of these roads here, honestly, where it splits. But again, the point I'm trying to make, it is a lot more accurate in TDU SC compared to TDU2. So let's continue on with the video. Again, beautiful.
We do the same for Ibiza. You'll find the citadel, its magnificent walls with the incredible sunset.
Oh man.
You'll find all the idyllic spots, like Evissa's cathedral, the marina, the small...
This, for example. The cathedral. Now this I will for sure be able to find in TDU2. Let's take a look. So here we are, my friends, the cathedral. And funny enough, there's also a camera photo challenge here as well. But if I take a picture here, we can actually compare the two really quick. Here's the cathedral in Google Earth, by the way. We're literally in the same area. And let's take a look at TDUSC. This, my friends, is TDUSC. TDU2, TDUSC. TDU2, TDUSC. Now, this vehicle is going to drive off. I'm not sure we get all of the details about it. But if we now back up here, take it on the drive. Whoops. Some hitbox issues. Come down here. Not as accurate, obviously, as we can clearly see, but still for its time, Test Drive Limited 2 achieved a very good thing. Let's continue on now with the Ibiza video, though.
Because what's important in a TDU, and I think in every update we make, is not to lose the DNA.
Yes,
It's
Guillaume.
important that the player feels immersed in a world they know.
We want to see innovation in TDU DNA. But now let's head back to Ibiza and let me know what you guys are excited for most about it. Again, it is a shame we're not getting the whole Ibiza, but I'm not gonna act like I shouldn't be grateful for something like this. You're getting the most accurate iteration of Ibiza so far, albeit it's just the city area. But I'm very excited to see the races that they have there, and obviously the new headquarters, the car dealer, the shops, and much more. The big ask I have is that regarding shops, I do hope again they create this that... Oh, that's the wrong way. It is. Oh well. We'll just cross over. But I do hope that the shops are walkable, unlike Hong Kong Island. It just kind of adds to the immersion. But already I can see, and I think all of you guys can tell, the architecture is clearly different from Hong Kong Island. It's less futuristic, more presence. It's still like modernized, but not like futuristic style modernized like Hong Kong Island is. So really excited to see the other interior areas. And other than that, I'm Max7. I'll see you guys on the video. But I'm so excited for Solar Crown. We got less than 5 days to go. I'm out, guys. Peace.